Satnam everyone, my name is Jason Diltz, also known as Tango Kuldeep, and today I am going to talk about knowing your nodes. If there's one thing that I think is important for everybody to understand right now, it's what their north node is and their south node is in their astrological birth chart. Because that tells you where you came from and where you're going, what you already have, what you need to go toward. So I like to think of a birth chart as a divine plot. Before we got here, we plotted our life out. We decided exactly what we wanted to do, what we wanted to experience, and how we were going to experience. And all of that was put in a wheel. We aligned the planets in certain houses and in certain ways. And then when that alignment configured in the sky, we picked a portal to enter through our parents and were born. And that's the life that we live. You can also think of the birth chart as your personal instruction manual because it gives you a lot of information about who you are and how you're going to operate in the world. The reason the nodes are so important, that gives you some pretty good information about what talents, capabilities, and skill sets you have mastered in the past, in prior lives, and then where you need to go to in this life. So your south node, that is the placement in your chart where issues around the sign that it's in and the house that it's in are probably going to come natural to you. You're probably just going to be able to do whatever that house placement and whatever that sign archetype is. And that might be an effortless thing for you, but it might also be something that weighs you down because it's the past. You don't want to stay stuck in the past. You want to be moving towards something. And of course, we all have a tendency to stay in what is comfortable and safe. And the south node is very much about that area of comfort and safety. It's really the north node that we want to be putting energy toward and going to. And you know, there's that saying, find your north. It's really find your north node. The north node is the intended purpose of the life to a large degree. The north node is the evolutionary themes that you came in wanting to work on. And when you move toward those themes, you will find perhaps uncomfortability at first, but ultimately joy and ultimately happiness and most likely success, because that was the divine plot that you had put out before you got here, was to work on something in a certain way. Now, you can look up your birth chart, you can message me and I can look up your birth chart and figure out exactly where your nodes are. Or you can just think about, in terms of the north node, what are the things that turn you on? What are the things that you get excited about? What are the things that you want to do, but that feel very scary for you to do, that you don't feel comfortable doing? Whatever that is, there's a good chance that's going to correlate to where your north node is. So I'll give a quick example for myself. I have the south node in Capricorn in my third house. I have the north node in Cancer in my ninth house. Capricorns know how to get shit done. Capricorns know how to work hard. They know how to build systems and create structures. And the third house is all about communication and communication systems. So for me, it's always been very easy to organize things, to work for organizations, to be a leader, to get things done. I was running the Democratic Party in Wichita, Kansas when I was 19 years old. I ran several fundraisers at nonprofits. The last 10 years been running a business that's a very process-oriented, kind of data-heavy sort of business. It's very Capricornian things. Capricorn can always make things happen. Capricorn can always draw in resources and get shit done. So that's been my default. I will, with not a whole lot of effort, be able to always find work organizing things and making shit happen and running things, because that's what a Capricorn does. And being a writer, having Capricorn in my third house gives me the ability to one, communicate well, and then two, bring some discipline to the writing that I do. And I have been and am right now paid to do writing as part of what I do. But where my challenge is in my 9th house North Node in Cancer placement. The North Node is where we're going towards. So for me, that's going toward Cancerian themes of feelings and emotions and home and family and like creating a harmonious, home, family, or friend group, and like being in my feelings and being in touch with my emotions. And in the 9th house, that is the house of higher learning. That is the house of a lot of the esoteric things that I'm on here talking about. And it's the house of all things foreign, in terms of like foreign travel, or people from other nationalities or other countries, or foreign religions, or foreign ways of thinking. And for me, I've spent a good part of my life really resisting going in that direction. And it's only now at 42, as I'm facing my Uranus opposition and understanding that this is a really important part of mastering this next time-coded evolution in my own life, that I'm actually putting effort and focus on this. It's taken me a very long time to be open and really embrace the fact that I am so deeply interested in all of these spiritual esoteric teachings, and to get on here and like publicly talk about this has been a really big step. Because again, South Node Capricorn, it's easy for me to just like work in politics or like run a business and not really express anything beyond that. But I've always had this part of myself that was curious about occult knowledge, about astrology, about yoga, meditation, and I've been doing it since I moved to LA 10 years ago, but I felt very hesitant to talk about it because that's part of me experiencing that Cancer North Node. Well, I'm very aware that for myself, my evolutionary growth is to be vulnerable in my expression, to open up more about my feelings, to allow my heart center to be open to the possibility of letting love in, and most importantly, to be going toward those 9th house themes of higher knowledge and higher truths, and really just enmeshing myself in higher wisdom. But Cancer Capricorn, that is a fun dance to have those as your nodes. And all of us are dancing with some sort of polarity with the planets in our nodes. And the key to a happy life is understanding what it is you need to be gravitating toward, and what you need to not let hold you back. That is the key. So know your nodes. If you don't know your nodes, feel free to DM me, or you can email me, tegakaldeep@gmail.com, tegakaldeep@gmail.com. I do birth chart readings. We can work something out. It's just really important right now, as we go through these very intense times on the planet, to understand your purpose and to act on that purpose. So to whatever degree I can help facilitate that, I am happy to do that. For now, may the longtime sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Thank you for watching. Satnam.